Hi everybody, this is John Lortz from DiscoverSkills.com, and in our continuing series on our favorite apps, today I'd like to talk about the Weather Channel app. It's a great program and my favorite for keeping track and keeping up to date with what the weather's going to do. So I've already got it here on my iPad desktop. You can see it here as I'm circling it with my mouse, and I'm going to go ahead and tap that and start it up. When you first start up the Weather Channel app, if you've not used it ever before, it's going to try to use your location to figure out where you are and then pull that up. Now, just so that I can kind of show you how to find different locations, I went ahead and preset it to look at St. Louis, Missouri, just so that we'd be a little bit different here. I actually live in Omaha, Nebraska, and so that's where I eventually want to get it to. But explaining the screen a little bit here, you'll see that at the top of the screen we have the weather information. At the bottom we have buttons that'll take us to different types of information. All right. Where we're going to start though is over here in the lower right hand corner, and I'm going to tap on the magnifying glass, which allows us to bring up a search box where we can put in where we're located. So I'm going to type in Omaha. And you can see that as I type, it already starts bringing up locations. And so I could just tap Omaha, Nebraska, and we'd be there. But the other thing I can also do, if you'll notice here, there is also a little GPS locate me button. That's kind of what that little logo means there. And so I'm going to tap that. And it says, do you want to save Omaha, Nebraska to your favorites? And there's a little window that's come up now. There we go. Now you can finally see it. There's a little delay here as I do it. You can see that it actually found my zip code, found right where I was, found this, and now what I can do is save it to my favorites, which means that when I go to the search box, it will already be listed as a place I like to go to. What this allows you to do is actually to have multiple cities located in the Weather Channel app, and you can pop back and forth and check the weather in any of them. I'm going to go ahead and tap on yes. Now when I come down to the little search box and I click the magnifying glass, or tap it I should say, you can see that it comes up with Omaha as being one of my locations. And so I could continue to search and add additional locations if I wanted to. Now I'm going to go ahead and tap on the little blue arrow here that takes me into Omaha, Nebraska. And you're going to see that I can set this as my home location if I slide this little slider, which means that that's where it's going to start every time this starts up. I could also give it a nickname if I wanted to, but you know, Omaha is just fine. You notice here too that I also have the ability to put in pollen and severe weather alerts. So for example, if I want to turn on severe weather alerts so that I get alerted by push notifications, in other words, they notify me, I can do that right here. Okay. All right, I'm going to come down here then and click on set. And there we go. You can see by these little icons now that Omaha is set up as my home page, and also I get some alerts from it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and come back down here and tap on weather. And you can notice here, first of all, that yeah, you do have to put up with a little bit of advertisements right here. But the weather app itself is really great in that it doesn't cost anything other than you have to put up with advertisements, and it really does a nice job of showing you what's going on. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to swipe across, and you'll notice that as I do, it lets me look ahead to the future. And it lets me go 10 days out ahead. You can see at the in the information box here, it shows me what the temp is going to be and chance of precipitation and so on. And at any point, what I can do is I'm going to come back here to Sunday where there's going to be some rain. If I tap on the actual day itself, it brings up some additional forecasting information that's kind of nice. Sunrise, sunset, humidity, what the winds are going to be like, highs and lows, and a little miniature forecast there. So it's really pretty accurate. I shouldn't say accurate. What weather forecasting is accurate, right? But it's pretty complete in what it tells you. Now, just for the heck of it, I'm going to come down to the bottom here, and I'm going to click on Maps. And that's going to switch us over to the map. You'll notice here automatically that my location is in the center of the map, which of course it should be, since that's what I want to see right now. When you look at the maps, you'll notice here that I'm going to go ahead and pinch and I can zoom out when I pinch, just like a normal mapping program. So you can see I can see a kind of a bigger picture here. And just to kind of show you what the map clouds or the map rain and precipitation looks like, I'm going to move over here to the right. They've got some weather going on over in Iowa, up into Michigan, Minnesota, those kind of places. And I just thought it'd be interesting to kind of see what that looks like. You'll see here that, of course, the green is rain. The heavier rain is yellow. And then the blue and the pink is when we're getting into ice and snow. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in a little closer by pinching outward. And you can see that as I do, and here's Chicago, it repaints the screen and kind of shows me what's going on. So, even the mapping is pretty darn good in terms of what you can see. In addition, and I'm going to go ahead and click on this little button up in the corner called Map Layers. This is where you can control what you actually see on the map. So, for example, right now we are looking at radar. All right. If I wanted to also see a temperature map, or if I wanted instead to see a temperature map, I could tap the temperature map. And that will come back, and hopefully here in a moment it'll show me the temperatures. And there we go. Now the temperature map, you can see here at the top there's a little gauge, and the temperature map actually is colored. And so when you look at this location here, and I'm going to go ahead and pinch outward again to give you a little bit better perspective on what you're seeing here when it redraws. You can see the different shades of color. That's what represents the temperature. So if I go downwards, if I swipe up to go down, you can see how the colors are changing as I go downward. It's getting warmer. So temperatures are according to this to these different colors that you see on the map here. Okay. Now the thing to keep in mind is that when you go into map layers, and we have lots of different kinds of maps that we can choose from, which is also very really kind of nice. In addition, up in the corner, you also can see that there's a button called Points of Interest. So let me go up and tap on that. This is where you can actually turn on cities. So I'm going to go ahead and hit cities and turn that on. And now you can see how the map has changed, and so we get little pins at each of the major cities. And if I tap on a pin, you can see that it actually brings up a miniature temperature for that pin. So we could go over here to Des Moines, right, or Adair, and then there's Des Moines. Okay. And so you can turn these points of interest, schools, airports, parks, things off and on as you want to. And I'm going to go ahead and put none here and turn that back off again. There's some additional things at the bottom. You can go into the news. It has the latest weather-related news if you're interested. There's videos from the Weather Channel that you can go in and watch on your screen. And if I tap on In Season here, it will bring up some additional information. In this case, it brings up the flu level report. And you can see that we have pretty widespread flu right now in February of 2013 in Nebraska. Okay. That's pretty much what I wanted to show you. I switched back over to the weather again here now, and I'm going to swipe backward. And this is a fairly intuitive program to use. And so rather than go into the nitty-gritty detail and the rest of the things you can do, I'm going to let you explore that. But I highly recommend that you check out the Weather Channel app. I've checked a lot of the different programs that give us weather, and by far, I think this is my most favorite. And that's one reason I'm going to recommend it to you. As always, you can drop me an email message if you've got any questions or comments. My email address is jlortz@discoverskills.com. Also, be sure to visit my website, www.discoverskills.com. And you can also go directly to my YouTube channel and see a lot of different videos that will teach you some how-to things. The address is www.youtube.com/discoverskills. My name is John Lortz. Thanks for watching today, and I will see you in the next video.